Look, I know I'm 3 days late, okay? I'm a busy guy, fucking sue me. Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to fucking this, and welcome to, I guess, like, my year in review video. I've talked about it a few times in the last few videos, but if you didn't know, a couple days ago, I passed my 1-year anniversary of uploading to this YouTube channel. So I thought it'd be good to do a video just talking about the channel, about how I'm feeling about stuff, what I think's going well, what I think's not going well. I debated making this more serious of a video and, like, scripting it out, or even doing it as, like, an old school post commentary. But first of all, I don't really want to make a huge deal about it, because it's not like I've achieved anything grand in the last year. And secondly, I'm way too lazy to go try and get a gameplay. So yeah, this is just gonna kind of be the standard video. I'm just gonna kind of talk about whatever, and hopefully I'll be able to cut something presentable out of it. That's usually what I do anyway. Anyway, the sum total of my feelings on the channel so far this year, I think for all intents and purposes, it's gone really well. As of me recording this, we got 74 subscribers so far, which, I mean, obviously I'm not setting the world on fire, but at the same time, I think it's pretty impressive that I was able to build that essentially on my own. Only 2 people subscribed to my channel are like friends of mine, and I don't ever really do sub for sub or anything like that. So for all intents and purposes, all 74 subscribers are people who sub to my channel for my content and for me. I mean, granted, I'm sure some of these poor people sub to my channel for one thing or another and I don't do it anymore, but regardless, I think it is something worth being proud of, you know? And another thing I think is pretty important to me is that I did it doing videos that I like making. I haven't really done anything on the channel that I didn't want to do yet. I mean, obviously, I was lucky enough to have started playing Call of Duty on the channel in a year where, you know, Call of Duty was on the rise and growing, but I mean, for the most part, very little of my growth actually came from Modern Warfare. My channel really didn't start growing until Cold War. For the first, I want to say 7-8 months on the channel, I only had like 20 some subscribers, and most of them came from one video. But when Cold War came out, everything kind of started to click. I think a lot of that had to do with like the video quality going up, if that makes sense. I don't know what it is. I kind of got into like a zone with Cold War, at least at the start. Like, even if you watch my last few Modern Warfare videos and compare those to my first couple Cold War videos, there is a tangible difference in quality, at least in my opinion anyway. Also, I'm sure that it helps that, you know, I started uploading daily or like close to it around that point. Don't judge me, guys. It's my first game of the day. My shot's off. So the heads and tails of all that is that I'm pretty happy with where the channel is 1 year down. Like I said at the beginning, 74 subscribers isn't really anything to write home about, but it's also not nothing. And the fact that I was able to do it on my own without shout outs, without doing sub for subs or joining like plug chats or anything like that. So something I've talked about a few times on the channel is how long I've been around in this Call of Duty community without actually creating content and participating in it. It might seem hard to believe, me having started the channel only in 2020, but I've actually been watching Call of Duty content for basically as long as it's existed. I started playing Call of Duty with COD 4, which, I mean, that's a really freaking long time ago at this point. I remember seeing my first montage when somebody linked me, I think it was Lock and Load by Grizz. I remember when gameplay commentaries were a new concept. I remember when people thought Hex was good at sniping. I'm joking, Hex, I love you, man. Please sign me to Optic. So in short, I've been watching this stuff for a pretty long time, and obviously there have been a fair few points over the last 13 years where I considered making content on my own. In terms of why I never did, it's really just happenstance, honestly. Like, there's no particular reason why I didn't start making content earlier than I have, aside from just bad luck, circumstances, and just random shit like that. Like, I remember in 2010, I wanted to make Black Ops videos, and I had a deal lined up actually to buy an HD PVR, or no, actually it was a Dazzle back then, but I had a deal lined up to buy one of those on eBay, and basically the guy I bought it from, whatever he sent me, it wasn't a Dazzle, it was some kind of like weird audio splitter thing, and I didn't really know what to do about it. But basically it was just things like that, like me having plans to start a channel and then just never really getting around to it, you know? The thing you gotta understand about like way back then, I'm talking like Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, recording gameplay was like this really well kept secret. Like, if you Googled how to record Xbox gameplay, you would get like 5,000 different answers, and only like 2 of them actually worked. So I remember I spent so much time as a freshman in high school in 2010 trying to figure out how the hell to record my gameplays so that I could make YouTube videos. What the fuck are these kids doing? Sorry, I'm trying not to break up the commentary with too much gameplay, but these kids are terrible. Anyway, the long story short is that I wanted to make YouTube videos on Call of Duty on a number of different occasions, and I just never really got around to it for reasons like that. And like, if I'd really put my mind to it, could I have actually managed to pull it off? Probably. But like, I was in high school, you know, when you're in high school, you start getting into different things in your life, and basically after a certain number of failures, the whole idea of doing YouTube just sort of fell to the wayside, if that makes sense. So then when I went to college in 2014, that was the first time I ever actually got my hands on like a proper capture card. I had a friend that bought an Elgato, like one of the original Colonel Elgato's and wound up not wanting it or something. So he sold it to me for a discount and now I had it. But the problem was at the time in 2014, I'd essentially stopped playing Call of Duty. I did have a couple brief stints on YouTube here and there, and there's honestly a whole video's worth of stories behind that. I'm not going to get into it just to try and save time on this video pretty much. But basically there were a couple of instances between 2014 and 2020 where I did try uploading to YouTube and none of them really worked out. Basically, I would either lose interest or I just wasn't having fun making the type of stuff that I was making, whatever the case may be. The end result was that I wound up giving up on every channel I started. And after the last attempt, I was basically like, all right, you know what? It's 2019, almost 2020. I've probably missed my opportunity at this point. Maybe I should just give up and accept that this wasn't meant to be. But then in 2019, when Modern Warfare came out and I picked it up and started playing Call of Duty again, basically I came around to the idea that maybe I should just give it one more shot. So I did, and now here we are. And for the most part, it seems like, what is this, 4th or 5th time is the charm. Because I'm pretty happy with the channel. I'm happy where it's going. I'm happy with the type of content I'm making. I mean, really, the only complaint I have is, you know, I'm not famous yet, which isn't even really a complaint. You know, obviously you can't go into something like this just expecting to blow up, right? Wait. Why am I terrible? I think as far as content goes, I've achieved more or less what I wanted to in terms of like the expected structure. One of my goals was to not make a channel that was based around just one game. Obviously, Call of Duty's the mainstay and I plan on having it be like that for a while, but obviously I'm able to play other stuff here and there. You know, I'm playing Demon's Souls, I was playing Monster Hunter for a while. I'm uploading this instead of Cold War. One of my biggest goals was to have variety because, also I'm backing out of this lobby sucks. But I've been watching YouTube for a really long time and something that I've noticed over the years is that channels that focus on just one thing and one thing only and don't do anything else, they tend not to last terribly long, either due to people losing interest or due to the creator losing interest. I'm aware that that's thinking like way down the line, you know? Like 74 subs isn't something where I need to be worrying about the future of the channel, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I did want to be careful to make sure that I was crafting a channel that I wanted to have. So anyway, in short, that's kind of how I got from point A to point B. That's where this whole thing came from. And yeah, you know, I've been saying it a lot recently over the last few videos, but, you know, obviously thank you to everybody who's subscribed, who's been watching the videos, who has been leaving likes and comments and stuff. What? Obviously, like I've been saying, it does mean a lot to me that people seem to want to watch this stuff, seem to enjoy me for me and not just, you know, my gameplay or anything. I don't know why the fuck you would be watching this for my gameplay. I've said it before and I'll say it again. People may think I'm good, but honestly, at the end of the day, I'm really just average. Oh my fucking god, case in point. So anyway, all that's really left for me to talk about, I guess, is, you know, where I plan on taking the channel from here. Well, not all that's left, but the logical conclusion for all the stuff I've been talking about. Obviously, I've been rolling with the Call of Duty stuff, but I do want to start trying to mix it up. You know, I've been having a lot of fun with Demon's Souls, and I've been playing a lot more MWR recently. I'm trying to branch out, like I was saying, both just for the sake of channel diversity, but also I'm kind of running out of things to do on Black Ops Cold War, at least for the moment. I mean, obviously, I'm going to play the content drop, like I'm going to play the new, you know, the new Zombies map and stuff, and I'm going to be playing the subsequent seasons as they come out as well. Like, I'm not getting so sick of the game that I want to quit. It's just, I don't really have any reason to be playing at the moment because I kind of have everything I want, and nothing about the game is really changing at a rate that would justify me continuing to upload the same game all the time, if that makes sense. So obviously, I'm going to be continuing with Demon's Souls until I beat it. I may do multiple playthroughs if that's something people want to see. Like, the idea I kind of had was maybe trying to do, like, different builds and then doing run-throughs of the game with that, depending on how well I'm able to learn the game anyway. Like, on Dark Souls, I used to love doing, you know, challenge runs and, like, silly builds and things like that, so depending on how good I get at Demon's Souls by the end, that might be something I look into. Some other things I was thinking about doing as well, actually. I was thinking about looking into, like, PvE games to play. I was thinking something like a grindy game, kind of like Destiny or Warframe or something. Just something that I think could fit into the typical, like, cut commentary format, if that makes sense, where it's not super duper serious or anything like that. And, you know, I'm able to, like, intersperse what I'm saying with gameplay moments and stuff. I don't really want to do Destiny because I don't want to get back into Destiny 2, to be honest. Like I said, Warframe is a game that I was thinking about, but I don't really know. If you'd like to see Warframe or something like it, or you have a suggestion, definitely leave a comment, though. I'd love to know what people want to see. Like I said, I'm not trying to, like, give up on Call of Duty or move the channel away. I'm just trying to think of other things that I can post relatively consistently, because I've looked at the games that are coming out this year and, like, what's going to be coming up, and there's not a whole lot that I really look forward to playing on the channel, to be honest. But anyway, I think that about wraps up everything I had to say. 2020 was a weird year, man, and this has been a really weird undertaking for me to have done done in such a weird year. But like I said, I am grateful that there's people along for the ride. Even if you're not active or don't actively watch my videos, I'm grateful for every single one of the 74 subscribers I've gotten so far. Anybody who's ever watched, liked, commented on, whatever. I enjoy doing this, so realistically, I'd probably be doing it anyway, even if nobody was watching, but it is a really good feeling when you put this much time and effort into something and people seem to like it. So yeah, just thanks for that. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to stick around for another year. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.